What's going on, you guys? Griffin here with Country Slicker YouTube channel. We're going to take a quick look today at a very talked about subject. It's part of regular maintenance, but brakes on the KRX 1000. So I've had my machine just over 5,000 kilometers now. This is my second time redoing the brakes on it. So I wanted to chat with you guys a little bit about what I switched to, how I found the stock pads versus a set of aftermarket ones, as well as what I'm getting for wear. So let's take a quick look at it. We'll go through everything in detail. We'll pop the brakes off. We'll see what we've got left, and we'll kind of go from there. So stay tuned, you guys. We're going to hit this introduction real quick, and we'll be back in 30 seconds as we go through what the brakes are on my KRX, how I found them, and why we like them. Be right back, you guys. About 65 kilometers up the trail. Almost at my turnaround point here, but I'm really hoping we can make it up to this lodge. So I'm gonna keep pushing for just a little bit. We're gonna try and bring it back onto the trail and back out of here. We sunk Toyota in its natural habitat. Do you have the winch for that? Or the winch? Oh! Woo! Nice job. There's your new profile picture, boys. Hey. At this time, we'd like to give a special shout out to our sponsors for making this YouTube channel and all of our adventures possible. All right, so welcome back, you guys. As you guys can see from the introduction, we've had lots of fun in the KRX. We love going out, we love riding. Part of that is regular maintenance. So I want to talk a little bit about the history of the brakes on the KRX and kind of go through it a little bit. So we ride this thing year round. We hit summer, winter, spring, fall, mud, rocks. We do snow riding with it. We hit lots of stuff that typically is pretty hard on brake pads, especially once you're into that deep McLean Creek mud and you've got that silty clay type mud that scratches on your rotors and your pads. Typically it burns down a set pretty quick. So originally, obviously, the KRX came with the OEM pads. They were really good from the factory. I really like the braking power. I really like the compound. They bit hard. They did a really good job. However, they only lasted about 1,500 kilometers, 1,600 kilometers, and then it was time to change out the pads. So this was 2 years ago that I changed them out for the first time. It was about 11 months into ownership with the machine. It was just before I did my 2,000 kilometer review on the machine, which I will link that in the description below for those of you interested in seeing that and seeing what I have to say about the machine as a whole. But specific to brake pads, we went to these guys right here. So the DP brake pads, they're a sintered metal pad. And as far as wear and tear goes, they've been awesome. So we are now switching out our pads at 5,200 kilometers. So 1,600K out of the first set. Now we're at 5,200. We put, 3,800 kilometers on this new set. And they lasted way longer than the OEM ones. Now, in terms of the feel under pad, you still get a nice firm brake feel from it. They don't bite as hard as the OEM ones, so they're not quite as soft, but they do offer good stopping power. We're running 34s on my machine, and it still lasted quite a while, even with the bigger tires, more weight. We've added accessories. We have a diesel heater. We have windshields front and rear. We have some side windows. We've added skid plates. We've got trail edition, so we do have the sliders on the sides. We do have the front and rear bumpers. We have the winch. So there's a little bit of weight on this machine. And even with that extra weight, all those extra considerations, we still got 3,800K out of those pads. So 3,500 kilometers out of those pads. So Pretty impressed with them. I went with the same set this second time around. In my opinion, anything over 3,000 kilometers is really, really good for a set of pads, especially on a heavier machine like the KRX that comes in around 2,200 pounds. So yeah, we're gonna go switch all 4 corners out. We'll pop these old pads off, and I'll show you guys where we're at, what they look like, and you know, kind of go through the price point as well. So as far as OEM set goes, I talked to my local dealership. They wanted, I believe it was $110 per corner for the new pads. Obviously, at some different places, you'll get some deals. These guys here come in at 65 bucks a corner. So much, much cheaper, much more affordable. It's about half the cost. And like I said, we're getting really, really good wear and tear over them. And I'll show you guys real quick so you guys can see nice and close. This is the pad. So a DP brake pads. It's a sintered brake pad. Now you guys can see on the side here, sintered, or whoops, sorry, on this side here, sintered brake pad. Awesome pads, really happy with them. I go through a guy named Kyle at Specialty Tire in Calgary, but if you guys are looking for a local hookup or even something online, I'm sure you guys can find these no problem, just request them. So we're doing fronts, we're gonna do a set of rears as well today. So let's put these on, let's take a look at how the original ones look, and we'll go from there. All right. So we'll pull all the crud out of here, but you guys can see here, those are our pads. Honestly, not in that rough a shape for the kilometers. Now I was told they had 10% left. I think we easily have at least 20 or 25% left. So not too bad at all. You guys can see we're just getting down into the wear marks here on the back. So it is time to switch these out, but they are not nearly that bad along at all. So just to show you guys for comparison, so old pads, and I'm going to show you guys the new pads here just to give you a comparison. All right, so there's a brand new set. You guys can see here, lots of profile left, and then that is the same one used. So yeah, we're definitely down there, but I would say if I'm being completely honest looking at that, I would say we're probably at like half. Yeah, honestly, probably in that 20-25% range. So brakes are looking good. Honestly, at the end of the day, that is not bad. If I hadn't been told by the dealership to take a look, I probably would still run these for another, at least a few months, because they look pretty good. But anyways, we'll go ahead, we'll switch those out. I'm gonna do the other side as well. And then we will come back and get these, get these suckers ready to rock. Because at the end of the day, typically on a car, obviously you don't wanna go below 15 or 20%. It's a bit of a safety risk. On an off-road vehicle, typically I'll go a little bit lower. I might not take it right to metal, but for sure down to like 10%. Yeah, that's where we're at with these. Like I said, the brakes typically are pretty reliable, pretty durable. At the end of the day, you can go quite a while before you have to change them out. So we'll flip around, we'll get these done. I'll put the tires back on and then we'll go around to the back side. All right, you guys, so I just went ahead, pulled the other side out, and you guys can see here, like, they're honestly looking pretty good. Like, those things, they're not down to metal, plenty of pad life still. I'd say these, again, probably a good 25%. These ones aren't even down to the wear bars. So a brand new one, that's an old one. You guys can see here, yeah, there's a difference for sure, but not enough that I would be concerned about not trading these out. You guys can see that there. Still pad life. So we'll run these on the front. I think these are still good. We'll save these guys for a rainy day. But let's take a look at the rears. I'm gonna go ahead, throw the front tires on, pop around to the rear, and we'll see what the rear looks like. All right, so I just got the rear pads out, you guys, and forgot how much I hate doing those on this machine. It's just such a pain. There's a third bolt you can take out to make your life easy, and I seem to forget it every single time. But once I figured that out, here's what we're looking at. So you guys can see, I'll try to come in nice and close for you, but these guys are toasted. Those are basically to metal. This one's almost scraping on metal there. So we for sure are going to replace our rear pads, which is the way I remember it the last time, actually. Whenever I did the stock replacements, it was the rear ones that wore out first. We're going to flip these out, put new ones in, and then we'll flip over to the other side, get that done. And I'll show you guys that when we get there. For reference, just so you guys can see the difference here, I will cut open this new set of pads just to show you what it should look like. So this is the same pad on the back. You guys can see here. So that's old, and then we've got new. So not much left, and then quite a bit. So yeah, we are pretty pretty well done on these guys, so that's pretty good though. So 3,500 kilometers, and we're changing them again. That's really not that bad. At the end of the day, that's pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead, flip these in, and then we'll kind of keep it right on going. I'll show you guys the other side when I get there.
Front left tire is not even spinning. There you go. Woo. Oh man, that thick shit just came out of nowhere.
No doubt, that was insane. Whoever repaired this trail, we need a culvert there. All right, you guys, so just got to the other side, and as you guys can see here, torched. That is down to basically metal, not quite metal, but there's, oh, I don't know, 5% left, if that. So we're gonna go ahead and switch these ones out as well, and that's gonna give us, you know, the new brakes in the backside anyways. Yeah, it'll be good to have those done, and then I've actually got some cool new taillights we're gonna put in today as well. So on our last adventure, we had a taillight mishap. So just for reference again, you guys, that is what a new pad should look like. This is what we've got. So pretty torched, but again, these DP Sintered pads, pretty impressed with them. They last long, and we have had no issues with them as far as brake fade or anything like that. Just worried about, at the end of the day, keeping them running long enough to get us through the season. So I'm gonna put this all back together, you guys, and then we'll kind of go through the final points of it. All right, you guys, so maintenance day is going pretty well. Back brakes are all changed out. We checked the fronts. We know we're at about 20%. That should last us hopefully another couple of months, and then we will swap on those new pads. Now, a lot of guys are asking, while you were in there, why didn't you just swap them out? Honestly, it's 1 bolt to get the front caliper off. It's extremely simple. I guess 5 bolts if you want to count taking the wheel off, but it's extremely easy to do front brakes on the KRX. Like, no effort required. So next time I'm out and about and I'm doing something, I'll just jack it up and quickly change those. It probably takes 10 minutes a corner, including tool time. So it's very easy. We're set up now. We've got rear brakes. Now, we also got a new tire put on, courtesy of Kyle at Specialty Tire. Shout out to Kyle. Thank you for the quick turnaround on that bad boy. We took a beautiful spear through our tire in our last video. So if you guys haven't already, be sure to go back through the channel and check that out. Pretty insane. Worst flat I've ever had, but it was a testament to why running beadlocks is worth it, because I was able to drive out almost 25 kilometers and I made it out no problem. So next up on the list, we've got the tire done. We have the new brakes. Now we need to switch out our taillights. So this one is still working well after 3 years. This guy, however, has seen rougher days. I've smashed into a couple things with it, and as you guys can see, she's fallen apart. So I picked up some blackout lights on Amazon that were super cheap. I think they went on sale on Black Friday for like 40 bucks. I haven't gotten a chance to put them in yet. So we're gonna put those on, and then to finish the day off, I have gone ahead and made a new set of fender flares for this thing. Sorry, we'll go ahead, we'll pop those on as well. And then I think we're gonna be done our maintenance day. So stay tuned, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead, swap these taillights in, and I'll get you guys a shot after it's done. All right, you guys, so we got everything finished that we needed to on today's maintenance day. So we've got new tire on, fender on the front. You guys can see my janky fender. These are like the 3rd or 4th time I've remade these, because we hit trees and they break. So got this side on, and we got some protection for the passenger as well. And then on the back, you guys can see we got these new taillights installed. Kind of cool. Now we have full taillights again. This one was the bad one. This one was wrecked pretty bad. So, and I'll actually get you guys a shot of these off as well. All right, there's the lights with it off. So that's it, you guys. We finished our maintenance day. I know it was a little bit more of a boring video, but hopefully there was some good information in there for people that are looking to do upgraded brakes. If you guys are looking to do some new lights, or if you guys are curious about the fenders, let me know in the comments. We'll be with you guys in the next video. Again, unfortunately, the maintenance part of it, not as much fun as some of our riding videos or some of our fun installs and upgrades, but hopefully you got a little bit out of the video, and we'll be back on the next adventure, which should be soon, because I think we got a lot of fresh snow. So we're going to go out riding this weekend and hopefully get a good ride in. So until the next time, you guys, Country Slicker out of here. We'll see you on the next video.